Hey, what's up guys, in the video, and today I'm going to be talking about why Andrew Wiggins will end up getting traded next year or in this year's off season. And I mean, obviously there's been reports about him not being happy and everything, so I'm going to get into all of that here shortly when I get into the video. So yeah, and also, I mean, comment below, do y'all want me to make a video on the 16th seed beating Virginia? Dude, that was crazy. That was an insane game. Comment below what y'all thought about that. And if you do like the video at 8 point, hit the like button. If you really like the video, hit the subscribe button. It would mean the road to me. So yeah, without further ado, without me running on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to get into is why am I even talking about this? Why is this even a talk? Because in the beginning of the year, obviously everybody was thinking, well, this dude's going to be a huge part of this big three in Butler, Cat, and Andrew Wiggins. Well, I mean, reports that came out lately saying that Andrew Wiggins has told other teammates that he does not like being the third option behind Jimmy Butler and Karl Anthony Towns, and that he is no longer happy there, which is kind of understandable and kind of not. I mean, Andrew Wiggins, like, maybe doesn't feel like he could do everything he wanted to, and I mean, he definitely is the third option, even though he does take a lot of shots. So I mean, he takes more shots than both of them, but I mean, still, I don't know, he's definitely a third option behind those two. So I mean, maybe the guy's that young wants to be leading his all team. Maybe he saw Kyrie and was like, you know what, I want to do what Kyrie's doing and lead the team by myself. Whether he can do that or not, I don't know. So yeah, but now I'm gonna get into actual reasons why it would be smart to trade Andrew Wiggins. So besides the fact that he does not want to be there from these reports, assuming that they're true, is that, I mean, he doesn't even fit into their system. I mean, just look at this. Last year, he fit perfectly into their system. They were a run and gun, shoot threes, play no defense at all team. But now this year, I mean, with the addition of Jimmy Butler and getting rid of Zach LaVine and Chris Dunn, now they're more of a half court, slow paced team. Play in half court, score in the half court, set up your offense, and then play pretty hard D, slow them down, and then I mean, don't try to run and gun. And I mean, for someone like Andrew Wiggins who likes to shoot threes as much as he does, well, I mean, it just doesn't fit right. It's like trying to fit the last puzzle piece in because you want it so bad, but you know it doesn't fit there. You know what I mean? So, it's just weird. Andrew Wiggins is a great player, but I mean, he just doesn't fit into their system. And I mean, I think that's shown a lot. I mean, Isaiah Thomas, look what he's going back to being, I mean, he's an actual usable player now for the Lakers, but when he was in the Cavs system, it just didn't work. I mean, some systems work, some systems don't. And Brad Stevens works for Isaiah Thomas. It's just weird. I mean, it's crazy how it can work, but Andrew Wiggins no longer fits in the system. He did, but now he no longer does. And especially with Cat on the team, because Cat is a great center, but I mean, obviously he can't run or shoot as good as Wiggins, so with having a great big man means you usually have to set up in your offense, which Andrew Wiggins kind of suffers from. But alright, so my second reason is going to be that they're in win now mode. And since they already have two superstars in Jimmy Butler and Karl Anthony Towns, Karl Anthony Towns is debatably one of the best centers in the entire NBA. And well, now they're pretty much only one all-star or superstar point guard away from being a championship contender. And I mean, that is really, really good for them. And so if they were able to get offered a point guard like Kemba Walker or someone else like that into a team, and they asked for Wiggins and maybe a pick or something, well, I mean, I think the Timberwolves should be able to be pretty quick to pull that deal. Because yes, Jeff Teague's a good point guard, a good veteran point guard, but he's not good enough to lead you to a championship and make you a championship contender. But if you get someone like Kemba Walker who can score him by himself and get his teammates involved and play defense, well then, I mean, that's a good formula for success. And I mean, also kind of piggybacking off of my first reason, Andrew Wiggins is just such an ISO player. What a point guard would do that he doesn't do is that the point guard would get his team involved way more than Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins likes to ISO up. He barely assists. He doesn't get his teammates involved, and he kind of pulls up in people's face, can take bad shots at times. So, I mean, when he's not hot and he's still pulling, it just doesn't benefit the team, and he can't get his team involved like a superstar point guard would, which would be Kemba Walker. So, I mean, if someone offered me, a Kemba Walker or, what else? Not a Kyrie Irving, because they're not going to get that, but, someone like Kemba Walker in a trade, it'd be pretty quick to take that deal. I mean, Andrew Wiggins is good, but you want someone that will get your team involved and be able to get their buckets at the same time. But my third reason is going to be, right now, he is having a pretty down year, because right now, despite shooting more than Cat and Jimmy Butler this year, he is averaging less points per game than both of them, and also he's only shooting 33% from the three, which is his lowest by far. This is lower from last year by far. His shooting is just not anywhere near what it used to be, and that's, I think it has a really big part of not being by Zach LaVine anymore, because Zach LaVine, obviously another great scorer and shooter. Well, without having Zach LaVine, now he's really the only beast of a shooter, so now teams don't have to focus on both of them, and they kind of can close out on Wiggins harder and like not have to worry about him dishing to LaVine and just shooting a three in their face. So I think that's a big reason why his shooting and scoring have went down. But I mean, he's still getting up his shots. He's just not making as high of a percentage because the defense is probably a little bit harder on him. And I mean, also, he's like, I don't know, just going back to how ISO like he is, it's just, he's not going to have good field goal percentage right now. I mean, his handles are good, but they're not good enough to just blow by elite defenders. So when he shoots those contested shots, he does have a great shot, but I mean, when it's just so contested, you're not going to make them sometimes, and that's why his shooting percentage is going down. So, I mean, that's a big reason, but still, I think it all goes back to him not fitting in the system. And then my last reason, and it's a pretty small reason, but it's going to be his contract. I mean, this dude signed a humongous deal when he looked like he was going to be a future All-Star, when he was averaging tons of points, like over 20 points a game. He signed a 5-year, $146.5 million contract. That is a buttload of money. I mean, for Andrew Wiggins to have such a down year right now, I think they have to trade him before. Like, if he has another down year like this, his trade value is going to plummet. But right now, when he's still young and he's still like showing some potential, I think if you trade him and then he shows that you can fit in the right system, and he can be good again, or like he can become like that potential All-Star again, then I think that's when you have to trade him right now. Because if he has another down year like he's having right now, I just don't see many teams wanting to trade for him. Or trading anything valuable like Kemba Walker, unless you were able to throw in like 2 first-round picks, which I don't think the Timberwolves would be willing to do. So I mean, they'd be stuck in a crossroad without trading him. And then another negative, if you don't trade him, say he does keep having down years, well, now you just have dead cap. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I really did think that the Timberwolves going into this, I thought Andrew Wiggins was probably going to be like the second option behind Cat, because Jimmy Butler's not that great of a scorer. He can score, but he's obviously not as good of a scorer as Andrew Wiggins. I thought Andrew Wiggins would probably be like the second or first scoring option, but then like third on defense. But I was wrong. I didn't think it would have this big of an effect on him, but I mean, I just think it kind of makes sense, because with them being in half court, it kind of takes away those wide open fast break threes and layups that he would get, which then would lower your field goal percentage. And I mean, yeah, just those young guys won't fit in that. He fits more of like a system with like Golden State system or Houston system, where they're kind of more running gun with fast paced systems. I'm not saying to go to Golden State or anything, I'm just saying he would fit better in those kind of systems. So yeah, but unfortunately, guys, it's going to be it for this video. So comment below, do you think Andrew Wiggins will be traded? Comment all that below. Do you think he should be traded? Where do you think he would be traded? Or do you think he will bounce back next year? Comment all that below. I really want to hear your thoughts. And then also, if you did like the video at any point, hit the like button. I mean, if you really like the video and want to help me out, hit subscribe. And we're at 150 subscribers. We're halfway to my goal already. We're going to keep grinding. We're going to get there. 300 subscribers this year. I'm telling y'all guys, it's going to happen. I got to speak it into existence. And I mean, obviously, I got God looking after me, the real homie upstairs, Jesus himself. You know, he's watching after me. He's going to help me get my goals done as well. He's going to help y'all get y'all's goals done as well. So I hope you have a blessed day. And kids, don't think about you. Never eat your vegetables. Always eat drugs. Stay safe. Reach to go. Goodbye.